second match.
Charlie, ready?
Let's get to the
Tobias,
second
ready?
match of the evening. We're going to have some real fun here. Tobias Baker, blue corner. He's taking on Charlie Gilpin, red corner. Charlie Gilpin is a sleeper. You guys will remember him from last time. He had a standing Kimura submission over the great Jake Smith. Now, I am teammates with Jake Smith. I am very close with Jake Smith, and I will tell you, Jake Smith does not spare the lash to anybody, and he only said one thing to me after that match. Chael, that dude is really good. I got to tell you, that might be the only compliment. Oh, that's a standing, that's the move I was just talking about. A standing Kimura. Tobias Baker must have watched the footage. He just hit a flip in the air. That was fantastic technique, and then he comes out on top of Gilpin. Tobias Baker, A for research. I've only seen the technique twice. I saw Kazushi Sakuraba do it to Renzo Gracie, and I saw Charlie do it to Jake. And now I guess I've seen it a third time, but that's the first time I've seen it not end in a broken arm and or submission. All right, Gilpin on the bottom, Baker on top. Baker coming to us from American Top Team, trained by the legend himself, Fabiano Scherner. Charlie Gilpin, Brazilian Top Team, Happy Valley, by way of the beautiful Colton, Oregon. Colton, Oregon is beautiful. I'll go out there sometime. I'll send you guys a postcard. You'll love it this time of year. All right, Charlie Gilpin on bottom, starting to look for ankles. Now, what he's doing there is he's looking to off balance. As soon as he gets the ankle, and he's about 3 inches too high, if he could get to the very bottom of the ankle, you're then going to see a hip bump. Now he's doing what we call an elevator, where the leg in between is coming up. He's trying to take his opponent's weight off the mat to use that for a sweep. Tobias Baker not having it. Boy, he's just putting some pressure. Putting a lot of pressure down. Charlie's stuck in many ways. I don't know that I've ever seen Charlie Gilpin stuck, but he is. And you'll notice that with the grappling athlete with the hips. Now, just as I say that, he starts to get his hips free. He's looking to come around the back. Tobias is going to be able to flatten him out. Maybe pass guard here. Tobias, if he can get his knee in there. Nope. Charlie was able to re-secure the left leg. But for a grappler, when you know he's pinned, it's when the hips quit moving. Right there. Good hip exchange there by Tobias, and you see that he's able, by Gilpin, you see that he's able to advance his position a little bit. Tobias is not being lazy here on top. If any of you, back to their feet. Tobias is not looking to hold Charlie. Charlie was just so busy with the lower parts of his body that Baker didn't have much of an option but to wait that out. They're back on their feet. Gilpin, very awkward feet.
Out of the cage.
And I can just see
out of the
it.
cage.
I've never touched him or worked out with him to personalize it to that level, but I can share with you just when I watch it, just a little awkward, like a guy that looks for overhooks, a guy that's okay, and even in this position, putting his back, lowering his butt into the fence, use that as a way to hold himself up while not using a ton of energy. He's looking for that standing Kimura again. Oh, he's looking for it again. He's going to have to break this lock here. He's going to have to break this lock here, and he does. Around and around. He's not willing to let it go. There's many reasons not to. There's many reasons. If you can get two of your hands on one of your opponents, why would you let it go? That sounds like a pretty dominant position. Baker thinking knee bar on that. Trusting a little something he picked up with his time under Warren Brooks. Standing Kimura is a little risky, guys. I mean, in all fairness, I've only seen 3 in my life, now 4. 3 of those far, all by Gilpin. But 2 of them not working just here in this cage tonight. Look, they're a little bit risky. Now, with risk comes great reward. But should you not get it, you are sacrificing position. Gilpin put everything in it. He ended up on bottom. I'm not sure it wasn't the right choice. I mean, you got to take some risks like that.
10 seconds.
It really comes down to athletes with speed moves, athletes that are able to get two of their hands on one of your style. That could be a limb, that could be an arm in this case. But then you use it to manipulate.
Tobias, Charlie. On his back. If you would face the
Right, flip of the coin. Looks like Charlie lost that flip, knew he lost, and took the bottom position. You know, the overtime strategies are very unique. I couldn't really begin to lay out for you the correct strategy. The strategy that Eddie Bravo would tell you is the perfect strategy. It's not the same strategy that John Danaher would tell you is the perfect strategy, but it is forming. And you can start to see it forming right in front of your eyes. Use that last position, Gilpin, by example. He understood this is ultimately possibly going to come down to the stock to plan for a worst case scenario. I need to get myself back and worry about how to do it and what looks pretty later. You're starting to see Baker doing the same thing. This is all about explosion. Gilpin hanging on, really find a submission. Now when Baker gets out. Now that was excellent by both of those guys. That is a very difficult position to escape. Particularly, notice what they're wearing. We talk about this as no-gi grappling.
Okay, right this way.
These guys are forced to wear rash guards. For this time that we're in. The rash guard is relevant to no-gi because no-gi ultimately is a very slippery game. You're just able to slip and slide and your sweat can really work. Now Gilpin comes up. Gilpin's got problems right here. He is not out. The referee will not stop this. Gilpin is going to have to pull his elbow just like that. He's going to have to pull his elbow.
Tobias, he wants your back.
Right there at your funny bone, if you will, right at the bend of your arm. He's got to pull that between the groin of Baker. If he can get that elbow to the other side of the groin, he's safe. If he can't, he's going to get stretched. On the back of Baker. Baker starting to go belly down. The only thing you don't want to do here is stop. There, Baker does not stop. Full 360 and you see what happens. I'm comparing this to the previous match where we saw with Alex Corrales. Alex did everything right, but he would stop in certain positions. If you don't get what you're looking for, put the tape in, rewind, and try it again. All right, going to this arm bar position. Please notice the left arm, Tobias Baker. The left arm does not get to engage and must be flat on the mat. That is a rule change to the unified rules that got adopted about 10 months ago, but it is a difference in the position. Now, what Baker is doing here, he's coming underneath the leg. This is okay for submission, but it is great for accumulated time. He's got a tap. Baker able to secure a tap. This match, let me think about this, guys. I'm not remembering this right. Am I? I'm not remembering this wrong, am I? That was one apiece, which means this match will be brought to conclusion, but they're both staying there, so I'm thinking I am remembering this wrong. Yes, that was only the first inning. I did have it wrong. Gilpin is going to be given his opportunity. Yes, Gilpin's first time in an armbar. Now, guys, just to make this perfectly clear for you, should Baker escape or exhaust the 2 minutes, he wins. We are done. We will not go to the third inning, the third overtime. The submission will trump everything. Baker is out.
You guys will go back to your corners?
Baker is out going to, all right. Now see, now Old Chill does know what's going on. I missed it the first time, but I got you.
Winner, due to submission in the overtime round.
That's a big win. That's a very big win. Charlie Gilpin was on a very short list for future challengers to Craig Jones. And by future, I'm looking at a couple years